don't worry, you are not watching a Barnfind episode, despite the fact that I'm wearing Barnfind gear and there's a barn there with some actual Barnfind cars. We did come here to film a Barnfind. Two Barnfinds, that car and the one we've just walked past. But as we got chatting to the owner, we realised there was actually a car cave in here as well that was worth coming back for the next day. And that next day is this film. This film is all about a chap whose late dad really influenced him and his brother's car taste to do with rear-engine Skodas and transaxle quirky Porsches. And they've got a lot of them. But it's not just Porsches, there's other cars as well. So we're going to go into here and there's a garage over there and we're going to have a look round this really, really fascinating car cave episode on the Late Break Show. I'm Jonny Smith. This is all fueled by your dad. Should we blame your dad for all this?
We can definitely blame my father.
So your late dad obviously had quite a profound effect on your car taste and your brother's.
Yep.
And we're going to see the shed and the carport and obviously the line of cars behind us are to do with him. So he's into quirky Porsches, yes. And so are you.
Yep.
And obviously rear-engine Skodas has a massive thing for those. So the lesser known Porsches, and also I guess the Skodas that people thought were hilarious and rubbish, but actually had really good rally sport pedigree.
Yes.
Where does it start?
Where does it start? Well, I think where it really started when in the 90s, my mum drove a Porsche 924S as a daily driver.
Yeah.
Along with other cars that we had. And you know, it wasn't very good. You know, it was pretty rusty and rotten underneath. So, you know, we used it. It was around for a couple of years, and then that got sold on, and we didn't really think about it. We didn't have another Porsche at all at that point, yeah. Until 2002. There was a 924 Turbo Series 1 on eBay with the turbo had blown. It was, yeah. You know, it was a runner, but it obviously needed a bit of work. You know. My brother convinced him, you should have a bid on that, it will be cheap. Of course, Dad bought it. I think it actually came with the turbo as well, a replacement turbo, but the guy just couldn't do it. Anyway, yeah. So he won it and he bought it, and we still got that car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that car still exists, but that was the start. He didn't really like 911s. Yeah. He did own a 911 for a while, but he was 6'7", and it was a sunroof car, and he wasn't very comfortable in it. It was the only car of his I would get into the driver's seat and didn't have to adjust the seat.
Right.
Which was really telling for me.
Yeah.
So
and you're tall.
Yeah, I'm tall. Yeah, I'm 6'4", but you know, these have got so much more room and so much more usable than a 911 with a big space.
Huge hatchback.
Yeah,
so
huge hatchback.
968 Club Sport.
Yes.
It says it on the doors proudly, and you've got them in almost every colour, it seems.
Almost, yeah. There's a white missing. They're the base colours. A white is missing, but these were just the standard colour options, yeah.
So what makes this so special?
Yeah, so the 968 Club Sport has the same engine and running gear as a 968 Sport or the standard 968. The suspension's ever so slightly different, but the Club Sport is the lightweight special. Okay. So it has fiberglass lightweight seats, less sound editing. It doesn't have aircon or electric windows or electric central locking. Even as far as to open the boot, there's no lock. There's a little lever and you have to pull inside. Yep. Everything to save weight, and it's roughly, you can read various, it's about 70 kilos lighter than a standard 968.
Right. Okay.
So it's considerable, but it's not groundbreaking.
Yeah. And it's a 3-litre 4-cylinder.
3-litre 4-cylinder, 240 horsepower.
Yeah.
It has it's 16 valve with Variocam. So you get to 4,200 RPM, and there's a real note change in the engine. It opens it up, the valves a bit more, and it does come alive at that point. So they're really fun to drive. And look, in my modest opinion, these are one of the best drivers' cars out there, and they're so lesser known.
Yeah.
I could park this in a car park, and people will say, "Oh, nice 944."
Yeah.
Or I might get nice 928. It's never 968. So they're lesser known.
Even though it says it on the boot.
Yeah. And so from that 924 turbo we had, fast forward about 4 years, 2006, a 968 Sport came up, and it was on eBay, badly listed. It was pretty cheap. It was under £6,000. Dad bought it, and a week later, he was like, "Oh, we should do a road trip or something in it." It was December, and we drove to the Nurburgring and back in 1 day, 27 hours.
Oh my God.
The car didn't miss a beat.
We'll have a look at that, because it's in the lean-to over there, isn't it?
We've still got it. So, and you know, on that journey, at some point, I think it might have been in the 924, even before we bought that 968 Sport, Dad had seen, you know, a transaxle car with stickers down the side, and he asked my brother, so what's that then? He said, "Oh, that's where you're going. That's the pinnacle." And I think that was the seed planted.
Right. He'd obviously loved the transaxle front engine Porsche.
Yep.
So this blue one here, I mean, it's a great blue. How did you buy it? Was this the first one that you bought?
This was the first. The blue one was the first one that we got, the first Club Sport.
Yeah.
And Dad had been pining to get one. You know, we'd planted the seed with the Sport. It was a big gap in time. This car came along in 2014. It's a ridiculous story. I tell it now, and I still can't quite believe it. So he drove this car back from the guy's place that he bought it from. He parked it into the garage.
Yeah. 5
minutes later, I turned up at home and said, "Oh, you know our friend Daniel Gannon? He wants to sell his 968 Club Sport. You should go and buy it. He wants a good price for it."
Yeah.
So he said, you know, we sort of talked about money, and he was like, "Yeah, okay." So it was like 2 or 3 days later, he went and picked the other one up.
Which was that?
Which was that one.
Oh my gosh, so he didn't tell you that you'd already bought one?
Yeah, he had bought 2 in a week. And I couldn't tell you why for whatever reason, but having a red one was special to him.
Okay.
And partly because of the car that's in the garage, the grandfather of this car, is the same colour.
We'll come on to that. That's a proper unicorn. I mean, these are fairly unicorn-like, but the one in there is ultra unicorn. Yeah. This episode is proudly supported by Duramat interlocking floor tiles. Now, you might already have seen a few months back now, I decked out my workshop space here at Ignition Cars and Coffee using the Duratile with some personalised logos printed onto it. I'm very pleased with it. It's extremely durable, made of recycled plastic. But there's also a new product from Duramat, and it's this. It's called the Ventlock XL, and it's 40 by 40 centimetres, 18 mil thick, and you can see it's see-through, and that's because it stands off the floor, and it's perfect for applications involving liquids, or if you're working in the rain. It's good for motorsport or detailing. You can put it, if you don't want to put it in your garage, you can use it in things like home gyms or even offices or just a shed. You can get this in vibrant colours or classic colours. That choice is up to you. But all of the Duramat products are available with a 10% discount, and I'll put that link in our description below. But you might not need it. Why is that? Well, because Duramat are holding a competition for you to win your whole garage to get decked out with Duramat of your choice, up to £2,000 worth, and you can even have personalised logos if you so wish. And then there's second prize, which is £1,000 worth of vouchers from Duramat, and third prize is £500. If you go into the description, all the T's and C's and how to enter are in there, and the winner might get a chance for me to come and film their Car Cave car collection.
Yeah, the Gannon's old car. So this pretty much the same spec actually, but except it's got Specs suspension on it.
Yeah.
So adjustable coilovers, sunroof car. This was spec'd with central locking, which is very convenient, but aside from that, it's got all the other lightweight options you'd expect a Club Sport to have. It has got the uprated brakes, so it has the MO30 brakes, so larger brakes than the standard option. And it stops very well.
Are they slightly different wheels?
Yeah, so that one
They're flatter faced.
Yeah, so that's a Cup 1 wheel, and this is the Cup 2 wheel.
Right.
So the later cars came with Cup 2s. I personally prefer a Cup 1. I used to prefer a Cup 2, but you know,
I think they're both great wheels.
They look good.
It reminds me, because those wheels are the same as the RS2 Audi, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. So
which we did a barn find on not that long ago, and
yeah, but it's a lovely car, this, and it was. It's also been fully repainted as well. So it is in pristine condition.
Yeah.
I mean, it drives exactly how you'd expect it to drive. It is on the button. It also has a stainless steel exhaust without a cap,
Right.
so it opens up the note a bit, and it really does sound nice on full throttle. But Dad's the one he really wanted was a yellow one.
I've got to say, the yellow is so 90s. I love it.
The reason why he wanted a yellow one is because that car that he saw on the road with the stickers on it was a yellow one.
What's the yellow one?
So in his head, it was always going to be a yellow one.
Right.
Now, this car is a completely standard club sport.
Yep.
Sunroof delete, so it's lighter.
Right.
And it has none of the options, so to speak. So the passion way to look is there's no switches on the dashboard.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. So it's got all of the lightweight options, except that the owner who spec'd this car from new didn't like the sports fiberglass seats, so spec'd it with comfort seats.
Oh, okay, okay.
Which suited my father, because he actually couldn't fit in the other seats.
Really?
All those cars, he used to take the seats out and put the comfort seats in, which we got a spare set of
So
seats.
he bought two club
Yeah.
sports with the fiberglass seats, but he couldn't really fit in them.
Sorry.
So bought a third one.
Yep.
So those were 2014. What year was this one?
2015 we bought this.
A year
And-
later.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Phenomenal looking
When this
thing.
one came, I thought that was it. You know, we've scratched the itch now, Dad.
Oh yeah.
We certainly have. And then the black one came up for sale.
Oh gosh.
And the black one is, in my opinion, or as an enthusiast opinion for a club sport, is the perfect spec. So it's sunroof delete, and it has MO30, so it has the bigger brake kit with the adjustable suspension as part of one of the options.
Yep.
Can see again, no switches. And this one also has the M220 limited slip diff.
Okay.
So as far as a perfect club sport was going to go,
Yeah.
this is the car.
What a thing. So for club sports, such an odd but brilliant choice. Obviously the transaxle Porsches, 944s, these. Was the 928 wasn't transaxle, was it?
No. Yeah, they're transaxle.
They're
Yeah.
transaxle as well?
Yeah.
We've got one of those over there. Transaxle being gearboxes at the back, engines at the front for weight distribution. So that's great. So where do we go from here? Do we go into the carport and then we'll end up in the barn at the end?
Yeah, we can do that.
Should we do that?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so another 968, but
Yeah.
not club sport.
Yes.
So a Cabriolet.
Yes.
My dad had we obviously had the sport. He really enjoyed driving that.
Yep.
He found a red Cabriolet in really low mileage, and he purchased that, and we started using it. But he was a bit unsure about mileage, you know, because I think it was 32,000 miles when he bought it.
Yeah.
You know, values versus mileage, etc. So, and then this one came up on eBay, and he bought this one. It was cheap. It's 140,000 miles, and then when it arrived, he decided he liked the red one.
What, the one that he'd had?
Yeah, yeah. So we're talking still 2006-ish, 2007, something.
Okay, so
like
nearly
that.
20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And so it was just stored. So instead of just moving it on,
Yeah.
we just stored it. So,
So this is sat around a lot.
yeah. And then last year, I sort of decided it was time that we should go back on the road. So
Yeah.
I did a full engine service, head refresh, so new tappets, new cam chain,
Yeah.
new timing belts, water pump. You know, the full works that you kind of need to do for
And you do
these.
all that yourself?
I did it all myself.
So you
yeah.
work on all those CSs yourself?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, me and my brother most of the time. But you know, he lives overseas, so where I can, I do it myself. They're not that complicated, these engines.
Yeah.
People fear them. You know, to do a timing belt on these at a specialist is, you know, it's not cheap, but it's actually not that difficult. You know, we've got the tools to do it.
I was going to ask you with the CSs, you've got 4 of them.
Yeah.
We'll keep saying that. Yes. It's just brilliant. Since you lost your dad at the end of last year, and you obviously co-own the cars with your dad,
Yeah.
are you going to keep all the cars, or are you sort of like in the process of deciding what stays, what goes?
Yeah, I think now that they're really under my custodianship, I would like to diversify a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I think what I've realised after really great position to own 4 club sports, even to be able to drive 4 different club sports. The reality is they are pretty much the same car,
Yeah.
with various small differences. So I'd like to thin the collection out. I just don't need that many. And, you know, like you have plenty of cars yourself,
Yeah.
and you have that cycle of you get one serviced and commissioned and MOT'd, etc. And then you move on to the next one, and by the time you've worked your way through, you're back at the first one again.
Yes,
And
it's a problem.
It does feel quite constant, and you know, I'd like to, you know, have some time more for my other projects rather than just cars. As much as I love it, yeah.
So we can put your contact details in this description.
Yeah.
If people are interested in buying. So you're going to keep one club sport, you think?
I've got to keep one.
You got to keep one.
Yeah,
But 3 others can go.
for sure.
This can go.
Yeah, this can go. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And let's turn our attention to another transactional Porsche.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Porsche 944 Turbo.
Yeah.
It's a 1989. So in '88, when they first launched the 944, in '88 they did a Turbo S. So it had, instead of 220 horsepower, it had 250. It had some nicer options, etc. And in '89 they dropped that Turbo S, and all the turbos were then just the same as a Turbo S.
What
so
power-wise?
Power-wise, 250, and they well specs. They got, you know, this one's got, you know, sport seats, you know, leather sport seats. This one also has MO30, so it's got the big brake kit, the same as what's on those 968s.
Yeah.
As well as the adjustable factory suspension and a limited slip diff.
Oh, so this has got it all, and the sunroof.
And the sunroof, yeah. So this car, in terms of spec-wise for a 944, is right up there.
Right, okay. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
928, the only 928 you have.
The only 928 we have, yeah.
But it's a 3-pedal manual one.
Yeah.
These are rare.
Dad had this idea about having a 928, and the dream would always be a GTS with a manual gearbox. There are 3 GTSs with a manual gearbox.
Is that all?
Yeah. But so the compromise was to go for a GT, which is what this is.
Okay.
So it's a 5-litre, 32 valve, it's 330 horsepower, dogleg 5-speed manual gearbox,
So cool.
and limited slip differential. So obviously, you know, with being a GT, it's you know, it's got sort of like big brakes and all the rest of it, and it's a really lovely drive.
Is it? I mean, it's a peculiar shape, but it's a peculiar shape that I really like. I've always liked them. I like AMC Pacers as well.
Yeah.
But I love how inboard the seat is, and I love the goldfish bowl back end.
Yeah. And it oozes cool on the motorway. It just, yeah, you can, yeah, comfortably.
What's the Tom
cruise it.
Cruise film that he's in a 928?
Risky business.
Risky Business. I was going to say The Colour of Money, but it's not, is it? It's Risky Business.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because that car went for auction, was up for auction. The car in that film was up for auction in the States. I didn't see where it finished, but it was up at 1.3 million.
Was it really?
On bidding.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Cult following.
Cult following. Yeah. I'm not sure this one's 1.3 million, but
I've got this dream, which is probably delusional, of buying a 928 with a ruined engine, because people are scared of the engines and those, and transplanting basically the engine, but keeping it rear-wheel drive, of a Cayenne.
Yes.
So putting a V8 petrol from a Cayenne in it. You can buy a Cayenne for nothing with panel damage, and having another V8 engine, but probably more modern, probably more reliable, more power. Or even a Cayenne Turbo if you wanted to be nuts about it.
yeah.
But with a manual box.
Yeah, well, I think the one thing that when we were looking at 928s, the fact it was a 4-speed auto was always just a put-off.
Yeah.
I just, perhaps in the States, what they were marking it to, it was fine that way, but yeah.
Train.
We
It's gone. No, it hasn't. Here it goes. You were saying before on the Barnfind video that your dad really liked trains.
he really loved trains. Yeah, he was a rail enthusiast. He spent his last good years of his retirement travelling around the world to photograph steam engines.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Travelling the world?
Yeah, he used to go to China, Eritrea, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe,
Just for steam engines?
Just for steam engines.
Bloody hell.
Because he wanted working steam, not
Right.
like, oh, we're going to
heritage.
We're not going to run the the Flying Scotsman or whatever. It was or for a special. They're actually using them.
Goodness.
So, yeah, very cool.
And you said he makes or made the garden scaled down garden steam trains.
That's right. Yeah, the 5-inch, 3.5-inch, 5-inch scale stuff. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yes, this is it. The garden shed.
It's a great garden shed.
Or garden
with a
workshop.
serious mezzanine of parts.
Yes.
It seems.
Yeah.
So we're in here. Obviously, just walked underneath another 968.
Yeah. So this is the red
convertible?
968 Cabriolet that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
That was just the low mileage one that he decided this is the one he was going to keep. So he it was 32,000 miles roughly, I think, when he bought it. It's got 108,000. Unfortunately, the last 5 of those ended up him falling asleep at the wheel in Spain, and he went off the road. He was at slow speed, and yeah, the whole left side is badly damaged.
Right. What a shame.
Yeah, I mean, he and his passenger were fine. That wasn't a problem. But because it was his car, of all those years, it didn't matter all the other cars, he just loved this one. So bought it back off the insurance company, despite the fact we had one in stock in another colour.
Of course, yeah. But it wasn't that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't the one that he'd done all the miles
Exactly,
in.
yeah.
He's very sentimental.
He was, yeah.
So we've got an E-Type Jag here.
Yep. So we talked a little bit about a story yesterday about my dad almost bought an E-Type for his first car.
Oh yeah, what a story.
Yeah, so Dad was looking to buy a brand new motorcycle, went to this garage to go buy this motorcycle, and they had traded in a Jaguar E-Type there, and it happened to be red Cabriolet, and it was the same price, trade-in price, as the new motorcycle.
What bike was it, do you remember?
CBX.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so he went and went home. He kind of then couldn't decide. Oh, maybe I should buy this car. And he went home, told his mum about it, and his mum said, "Oh, buy the car. It's safer." So of course he bought the bike.
Wow.
Yeah, but he always sort of pined after one, and they're a beautiful car.
Yeah.
Always wanted a Series 1. It had to be a Series 1 regardless. So we found this one in the States.
Yep.
So imported it in. The great thing about that is completely solid underneath, but it needed work. None of all the suspension brakes, tyres were even original. So it needed a bit of light work to get it back on the road.
Yeah.
And Dad sort of ummed and ahed about doing it for a while, and I think was a little bit overwhelmed with some of the work of getting it started. So last year I decided, right, we'll just take it in somewhere and get it rolling. Let's get you out for a drive.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it took a little bit of time, and by the time it came back, he didn't want to go anywhere. So never got to do the drive with him, but it runs runs well. And then out of this story about buying this car from the States, the same seller in the States had this Austin Healey. So it's a 106, and we did well out of this car. This car came in reasonably good condition.
Yeah.
Just needed some restoration.
As described.
Yeah, as described. When this car arrived, it was a lot more work to get out. So another project that just never really got started. But it's, I don't think it would be too much work for somebody to take on.
Yeah.
I did have a guy come and have a look at it who wanted to get it back on the road in its sort of current condition, the patina look.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe it'll go again.
You going to keep this?
I don't think so. It was my dad's dream.
Yeah.
And I've had the privilege of driving it, and it is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just not for me.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yeah. Well, we are now going to pull out that. It's lurking in the shadows, and that's probably the rarest Porsche you guys have got?
It is without a doubt the rarest, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You might know what it is. You might be able to tell from there, but I won't spoil it. We'll get James to fire it up and we'll bring it into here. Or we'll bring it outside. Wow, wow, and thrice I say wow. So to people watching this who might just go, that's just a
Porsche 924, yeah.
It's really not, is it?
No.
This is a Carrera GT before the Carrera GT that you think we're talking about with the V10. This is a 924 turbo Carrera GT. How rare?
Very rare. So in right-hand drive, they only produced 75 of these.
Whoa.
And it was a bit of a homologation special. They built this so that they could go race at Le Mans.
Yeah.
And this is the car they sort of based the Le Mans winning, what did they do, 4 years in a row? Yeah, so 924 Carrera GT, so it's a slightly uprated engine from a standard 924, so it's 210 horsepower. It's a top-mounted intercooler, so the scoop does work.
It's a proper scoop
It's a proper scoop. Wide arches, which is, then sort of fed a little bit into, when you see the 944s, they have those sort of wider arches. These are all fiberglass arches, bumpers, etc., all to make it lightweight.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
They are such big arches. It's got real presence to it.
Real presence. And it's, so what are these? These were lighter than a standard 924, obviously, because of all the fiberglass bit. So it's 1,120 kilos curb weight.
Okay, that's light.
So it's not a lot.
No.
Yeah, and 210 horsepower. We would have really loved to have got a GTS, but they're always just so rare. I think there's only 20 in right-hand drive. So, I mean, they were never, ever going to come up for sale, and never in a budget that we had to buy one.
The values of these now, I don't know when you bought this car.
2013 we bought this.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but it has gone up substantially in value.
Yeah.
But I think it's hard always to say where values are, because you see cars for sale and whether or not they're actually trading hands of that is another story.
Exactly.
But we didn't buy it for that. We bought it because we're obviously a transaxle.
You guys
Porsche
are
lovers.
transaxle guys.
This, in many ways, is the pinnacle, or the grandfather of it all. To people out there, it would seem very weird to have all these really similar cars. My dad was a collector of things. He just loved collecting things, and so collecting cars was one of his hobbies, so to speak. But
he also did stuff on a whim, like go to the Nurburgring for 24 hours and have you back at work on Monday morning.
Yeah, after a conversation in the pub on a Friday night.
When you were working at the pub, and there's a photo of you guys going around the ring in it, and it's like, and doing the trialling in the Skoda.
Yeah, totally. A lot of people have car collections that they don't do much with. We try to use it as much as we could, within reason. This car's had a full restoration on it at some point in its life. The previous owner put it through a full glass-out restoration.
Okay.
Really wants for nothing. I mean, you just saw it there. It starts on the dime.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a really great car.
Talking of this, for your brother, this is one of the favourites. Talking of your brother, who lives in Canada, you say?
He does.
But he has got 2 cars, and they're kept here.
Yep.
And they're VW Polos. They're not transaxle Porsches or Skodas, but they're special Polos. Let's have a look at those.
Yeah, sure. Well, it doesn't take much pushing.
No, it doesn't.
770 kilos.
I know, they're just a joy, aren't they? They're a little joy, the Polo coupes. So, not in Guards Red, but not far off.
Yeah. What's this one called? It's called...
Oh, don't challenge me on colours. I'm not very good.
It's red-ish. It didn't arrive here in red. It was very pink.
Was it?
Yeah. It was a Barnfind.
This was a Barnfind?
It was,
Was it?
Yeah.
You should have phoned me.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, Polo G40. I remember when I was 18 and a lot of my mates had Polo Coupes Mark IIs. The G40 was fairly new then, actually. And it was one of the cars, obviously it was on sale at the same time as the G60 Corrado, G60 Rally Golf if you lived abroad. So it's supercharged.
Yes.
1.3 still?
It's a 1.3 supercharged. So it was essentially, so you talk about those coupe Polos, the one that was popular was the GT.
That's
and it was an 8-valve, 8-valve 1.3. I think it was 75 horsepower, which wasn't a lot, but actually in 770 kilos, it is quite a bit.
Oh, yeah,
they were nippy little cars.
Yeah.
And then they took Volkswagen took a G60 supercharger in a smaller form. So it's the 60 and 40 is the volume of the size of the supercharger.
Yeah.
So smaller supercharger on this, and at a factory there were 113 horsepower. So then similar to a bit like a Renault 5 Turbo, they were about that when they were 115.
The original Golf GTI.
Yeah, exactly.
It was basically that.
Yeah,
what, 115 horsepower?
Yeah. So but this was much lighter than a Golf, about 200 kilos lighter than a Golf, and a little hot hatch road weapon. And so Justin has 2 of these.
There's one in the dark back there. Is that black? Black
the
one?
black one, yeah. And the black one was the first car he owned, and somehow managed when he was younger to find some cheap insurance, and was able to use it as pretty much his daily driver from about 18 or 19. He had that.
The coolest first car.
Yeah, really cool. It needed a lot of work to get it back up on the road. But what we didn't realise at the time, it's actually been quite heavily modified in all the best ways.
Okay.
So part of the problem with the standard G40 is it uses the oil from the engine to feed the supercharger and then it's warm oil. So this has a standalone oil cooler and oil feed for the supercharger. It's got a front-mounted intercooler, but it's all really nicely done. It's hidden away. You wouldn't tell that it's.
But the owner never came back to get the car.
No, and it was.
So strange.
Just I mean, I've driven it myself. It's a little road weapon. It's about 165 horsepower.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot for power to weight.
Yeah, 200 brake horsepower per tonne at least.
It's weird how retro these look when I remember that they were everywhere. Not G40s, but this shape of Polo was everywhere. Yeah. So the one car we haven't talked about is in the dark in front of the Austin Healey. The Allard, what a weapon. It looks purposeful.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It really is. So it's a real bit of motoring history in many ways. So I can't remember exactly the years because I don't have paperwork in front of me, but it's a 1954. It was an Allard J2. That's what it was originally built as. And it even did the Monte Carlo rally twice.
Did it?
Yeah, in its early years, in the first sort of 5 years of its life.
Blimey, okay,
yeah.
Right.
Then it became part of some well-known collection that somebody collected Allards, and there was about 22 that were lost in a field or in some barn just rotting away, and it was discovered. And of those 22 cars, only 4 survived, and this is one of them.
Gosh.
And the guy who took it on decided to keep the chassis but rebuild it into its trials configuration like it is now. And it was his trials car.
Right.
It was Bill's motor. So the original engine, which we have, is a flat top Mercury V8.
Yeah.
Which I think is a 4.4 litre.
Yeah.
So we've got that block.
That lives in the corner there.
It does, yeah. It needs rebuilding, but at the moment it's got a Rover V8 in it.
Yeah.
So it is. It's quite light in its configuration, but it's an absolute beast. For trialling, it's a weapon. The guy that Dad bought it from he's having it back. He's going to take it back here.
Is he really?
Yeah, and which kind of completes it because he didn't really want to sell it in the first place. So
Dad badgered him,
and now it can. He's going to take it back, which is good.
Oh, that is neat. I was going to ask you: is this staying or is this going?
Yeah, it's if you could define Dad's peculiar car thing in a nutshell, this is it.
Right. Okay.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So the Allard will continue its quest of conquering trials stages. You'll get to see it again, I presume.
Yeah.
Because I know you have been talking about doing some more trialling in the Skoda, the one that started it all, with that magnificent photo that's over there of your dad smashing it up the Cornish mine track and properly smashing it too.
Yeah, totally.
So if you watch the Barnfind, you'll know about the rare Skoda Coupe behind me there and the convertible Skoda. We've covered them in the other video. This is a Barnfind in theory.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long it's been here.
Well, it's not been on the road since 2007.
Okay, so a while.
A long time.
Okay.
18 years.
924 turbo, I can tell from the knacker duct offset.
Yeah, so it's 924 turbo Series 1, and this is the one that sort of reinvigorated the Porsche love for my father.
Right.
So the eBay find with the broken turbo. This was the car.
This was it, right,
Yeah.
right.
And the nostalgia part of it is, you know, he obviously couldn't get rid of it, even though it's not been used, and it was replaced by that 968 Sport.
Yeah, but he just put it in here,
Yeah.
built the extension on the barn.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we'll have a quick look at that one there. Another red car, slightly barn-findy.
Yeah. So this was the Sport that we took to the Nurburgring. The one that
that
is its
picture.
replacer. Yeah. So we drove to and from the Nurburgring, 4 laps of the track, drove back 27 hours non-stop.
You, your dad, your brother?
Yeah.
In that?
In this, yeah.
Right, okay.
So much like the Club Sports, except this does have 4 seats, so you can do those kind of trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, great car. Unfortunately, it sort of got replaced by the convertible one, and then the Club Sports came along, and it's just not been used. So we mentioned the crash damage 968.
Yeah.
We're going to use that as a bit of a donor to get this one rolling and running again.
Yeah.
And then somebody else can come and do the restoration or the paint or whatever, or if they want to use it as a track car,
Yeah.
it'd be absolutely ideal for that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, it's great. And then parked next to the Hero,
the hero car,
which
yeah.
we do mention in the barn find because it's a rear engine Skoda, and that's the Trials Master.
Yep. Yeah, this is the one that we did all the trialling in. Yeah, great car. We've had it since 1999.
Have you really?
Yeah.
When it probably was pretty worthless.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 50 quid at the back of Vauxhall garage.
Was
just
it
to trade
50
in.
quid?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I just want to say massive thanks to James for letting me come along and look round the barn and the gardens of Club Sports and Skodas. It's been really cool. What I love about car caves is they're never the same. It's delving into your mind and the mind of your dad and what your car taste is, which is really diverse. I love it. If you've got a garage that you think I should come and visit, and you've got an eclectic collection, it doesn't have to be cars, in fact. It could be vans, tractors, motorbikes. Let me know. Contact us in the description. There's an email address. Give me some details, maybe a list of vehicles, and maybe I'll come and film in your shed one day soon. Thank you. Oh, and like and subscribe. I'm supposed to say that. Professional people say like and subscribe.
How did you end up buying it?
That's a laugh. I had Sport. And that kind of goes back to, 968's been an adventure, goes back to having the 94 Turbo. And really enjoying that. Once they got it sorted, you seemed to be able to cover a lot of mileage with that. Drive it fast. And it was nice. But it was old, but it was still nice. And one day, must have been going up to Derbyshire, it's whacking on the A50 outside lane, perhaps around a ton, just enjoying it. And something went the other way, and it was bright yellow. And I remember seeing, it seemed to have writing down the side of it, but it was very plain and very clear that the rear window was the same as the 94 Turbo, the kind of rear quarter.
The rear quarter.
Was obviously related to that. And I saw this car, and I described it, and you said to me, Dad, that's where you're going. You'll have one of those one day. I was like, what the hell is it? And he told me about 968 and travels. And so